Hey guys.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back, guys.
We didn't read the fine print. We're your hosts, Teddy.
And I'm Farrah.
And let's get into another episode. But before we do, let's do our little mom check-in.
Mom check-in.
What's going on? How are you feeling today?
Today, I would say I'm tired, but that would be like that wouldn't be enough. It would be like
an understatement.
Not even worse than it just would be like just really selling it short, really like real big. I'm like drained. I'm drained, and it's not even just on a mom tip. It's just gotta figure out this and that, like a mental tip, emotional tip. It's just a lot, but I can say my little boo-boo is starting to do a little more. So, I mean, that was like that was like a little
Come
plus.
on, Eli.
Yes. Every time he jumps on me, it's like, uh-oh. Everything is uh-oh. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Now, one more word. That was, okay, now, keep it coming, son.
Not
keep
too much
coming.
on Eli, okay? Let that little boy be. He got it together on his time.
He do. He coming along, but he gonna have to pick up the pace. I'm gonna worry about him. No, I'm just kidding.
Until he won't shut up.
Everybody
he be like
keeps saying it. I feel like that
telling
is the
daddy
point.
too much.
Listen. That ain't nothing but a little toot to the throat. A little toot to the throat. No, I'm joking. But that's me right now. I'm just drained. I'm tired. More so work, and like I said, emotionally, mentally, gotta figure everything out because that's just the life. But it's just becoming draining. It went to tired, to exhausted, to just like a little drain. And you wouldn't even think that I just had like a whole 2-week vacation. And I'm like probably a half a week in here. But you know what I think it is? I think it's the gym. I miss the gym. The gym like really do something to me.
For sure. It gives you that stamina.
It do.
It helps release them endorphins, all of that.
And that's the only way is getting out right now. So I need the gym right now. I think that's what it is. It's a lot of stuff built up. Yeah. But other than that, I'm good. How are you, mommy?
I'm good. I feel like I'm getting like a sinus infection or something. Like all this right here is like so much pressure. Like it's giving sinus infection. I feel like cold beat is the same thing because I don't feel like I got a cold. Like I don't have like mucus in my chest or nothing like that. It's just like all right here. Besides that, I'm definitely tired. Your girl is tired. I'm talking about beat down.
I'm tired, but not even gonna go to sleep when I leave here.
Blessed nonetheless. Always blessed.
That's good.
Kobe's doing well. Like I said, he seemed like he got like a little sign of something going on with him too.
I think we getting sick too.
Yeah, I really think it's allergy season. What do they call it? Like hay fever? I think it's like something like that. But
I don't know what it is. It's something.
I wanted to go, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm excited to be doing another episode.
I know, me too.
So it's like something special about this episode.
It is. We're going to do something a little different now. Because I know y'all going to always hear from us. You're going to hear from us over and over and over. But sometimes I'm big on getting other people's perspectives. Like, because sometimes it's just like, is it just us?
No, it's not.
Is it us? Because our situations it's similar, but they're different. So it's like we can be kind of agreeing to stuff, but you kind of want a different outlook on stuff. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on a guest.
Oh, we got a guest.
We got a guest.
Yay!
This episode is going to be we ex a daddy. We got a dad, y'all. We got
a question for dad.
We got a question for dad. Now we don't know if he can answer all the questions, but we got some questions. Some fun questions.
He's a dad and he can answer a question as a dad. So we're gonna ask some questions, okay?
So listen, y'all. He answering it from everybody. So listen, I don't want nobody like, this ain't what I would do.
And this, listen.
Yeah, why
this is his story, okay?
Listen, one day at a time.
Yes.
And honestly, if you're not that entertaining, I don't want to hear it. So we picked today how we picked today. So
let's give it
up. We got a guest.
What's the guest?
Carl the barber. He wanted me to call. It's Fat Carl the barber, but I don't like to say that. But that's what he go by.
You want to go by. Give it up for Fat Carl.
Give it up to Fat Carl. Then Fat Carl is coming on.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
So could you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
I'm Carl.
Get the credentials out.
I go by Fat Carl, but she don't like that. So I'm Carl. I'm a barber. I'll be 33 on Saturday.
Ooh. What is that,
And I have a
Virgo?
son. Yeah, it's a Virgo.
Okay, Virgo.
The
You have a
best.
son. How
You
old
got
is
a
your son?
My son is 3 years old.
What's his name?
His name is Dash.
Dash? That's
Yep.
so cute. I
That
like
is
that.
really
That's
cute.
fun. That's
Would
his
you
first
consider
name or
yourself
nickname?
What's his first
I
name?
like
single
that.
dad?
Say that again?
Would you consider yourself a single dad?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Wow, you had to think about that.
Because he got his mom in his life, but I'm technically
Okay,
single.
Okay. So is it like a co-parenting situation though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a single
So
parent.
single parent.
Yeah.
Single
That's what we like to
parent.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm single, so I'm a dad. I'm single dad. It's the
Single
same thing.
dad
Yeah,
give like
single
you
dad
do it
is
on
like
your
you do it by
own.
yourself. I'm a single dad. I'm doing
Yeah.
it by
Oh,
myself.
okay.
Like
Okay.
and single parents
Single
is like
parents like,
you're a
I'm a
parent, you're
dad.
co-parenting, and you just happen to be.
But I'm
But
single.
but at the same time, he not
Is you
single
single
though.
though?
Yeah, so it come different now because like he's not single, right? Wait, are you single? The people want to know. Sorry. Wait, are you a single dad? Like how we doing the parenting thing these days?
Or are you in a relationship and a dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So how does that work for
okay.
you? Because last week we was literally talking about dating
Literally.
as single moms or single parents, and it's so hard for us
us.
because we
For
have our
us, it's
kids full
hard.
time. So it's like we can't go over the dude's house and chill because who gonna have a baby? He can't
You
come
gotta
over our
date
house.
somebody that you like feel comfortable with. Like,
But in the beginning,
Yeah, that's
how
what I'm
you gonna
saying.
get
How you
to
gonna just feel that
get
comfortable? You
with
just
them?
chilling that fast. You gotta be able to have time to go on dates and stuff, right? Because
yeah.
guys just want to skip the dating
To like
part.
build that
Wanna
up,
say
to
I'm
build that
dating,
trust
but
up
don't be
enough
dating.
to bring you around my
Absolutely. You definitely gotta build the trust up. But at the same time, I'm trying to think how this kind of happened. So, the girl I'm dating right now, we work in the same place.
Oh, that's how it always happens.
So
that makes sense. Yeah, because you always there, she always there.
she gradually like will put her daughter on FaceTime and stuff. Then she bring it like her daughter used to be scared of me. Now she love me. She always be like, "We going over dad house." Like,
So cute.
And I'll with my son one day after we got comfortable, I was talking to my son's mom, and she was like, I was like, I can't get him. I need you to get him. And she was like, what? This was supposed to be my week. And she was snapping. And I was like, you know what?
I get it, Mom.
I said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take him.
Uh-huh.
Cause she used to have this big thing about
Being around girls.
him being around girls.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna take him. She's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I said, don't worry about it. It's my time. I'm figuring it out. I got it. And she like, what, he gonna be with your girlfriend? If it's that pretty Neltec girl, then he can be around.
Oh, okay, so
just give her my number, and they exchange numbers.
That's adulthood. That's adulthood. No bitterness. That's how it should be.
It's like I just want to know
that's how
she is because she around my son.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Then the number is fine. I feel like
they exchange numbers and they text and all of that. I'm on my business.
Oh, you lit. Oh, yeah. you got two.
You lucked up.
You did.
Because that's rare.
Yeah, very rare. Both of them
on the same
cool.
Page. That's very
that's
rare.
good. That's good.
But you said that she had
mojo or something because that don't happen.
But you said that she has a kid herself, right? Your girlfriend,
yeah.
So she probably understands as a mother as well. So that was decent. So we got some questions for you. That was just a little warm up.
Yeah,
got you.
All right. So my first question I wanted to know was, how do you feel about giving your child's mom cash? Like, because I'm pretty sure you take care of them on your end, and like maybe you buy stuff, it's clothes and stuff like that.
I don't even question it. I just give it to her.
So you give cash and you still take care of your kids.
That's how it should be.
Like, I give her child support every week.
It.
That's how it should be.
And it's not by the courts. It's not by the courts.
Okay,
that's why
this is something I decided to do.
You felt like you needed to.
That's why she don't. That's why he got. That's why they chilling.
No problem.
Yeah, that's why she don't. That's why. That's why you doing what you're supposed to do.
I just would like for you to elaborate on that a little bit because a lot of men sometimes feel like if I'm giving my kid, buying my kid
stuff,
get him
sneakers and I'm giving him
sneakers and Pampers and this.
That's nothing.
It's subjective, but I just feel like if you consistently every week at the same time, you consistently doing something that is not too much to worry about. You feel me?
Right.
You don't have to hear too much backlash because
That's
you
what I
handling
like.
business.
Every
You know what I'm
week,
saying?
week
Consistently
and
was the
every
key word.
week, because it's really not about you got to do all this and all this.
Yeah.
But because
I'm
it
not
adds up,
asking
you
you to
doing
take
something.
care of me. I'm
Yeah.
grown. I can take care of me and I can take care of my
Yeah.
kid. But if I'm the primary parent
Yeah.
and you getting him on the weekends
Mhm.
Right.
or every other
Yeah.
weekend,
Mhm.
then I would feel like you should provide some cash.
Mhm.
And you shouldn't have
And
to
I
ask
was getting
for
him
it.
every other weekend at that time.
Right.
See,
So it
that's
was
good.
like, you need this. You feel me?
Yeah, every other weekend is not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's you gotta get cash for that. I feel like if you get a little more than that than the cash, you still
You can
cash
slow
when you
down
go
on it a
down.
little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe don't
But
get the
also,
big
even
touch.
even
That's
after the
what you're
child support,
doing.
anything she asks for, I just give it to her. Like, I
Right.
just
If
make
she
sure
need
she's
help
cool.
and it's
what
about
you
the
should.
kid. Yeah, it should be like that.
I
That's
feel like that's
thorough.
more of a like
That's thorough.
a cheap like bitter nigga
Yes.
thing, like a bitter guy thing.
Yes.
Because
Don't
people
it
just
get
think
bitter?
all the women is
It's
bitter.
bitter.
It's really these
No.
men are bitter too, and it's not even
It
just bitter. They
gets
just
bitter.
don't. They just don't understand. They don't comprehend. It's just like,
See me. It get bitter
or
to
they
me.
do know and they make excuses or
No,
try to manipulate to
the
make
thing
it seem
is,
like they don't.
most people are very competent. They know what's going on.
Yes.
But it's the bitterness is keeping them from being as thorough as they should
Yes.
be.
Your ego, your pride.
Yep.
They might not want to
you-
let you go.
That.
Yep.
They might think, like, I posted a post that said, I know how my baby mom get on the weekend, so no,
I'm
I'm not taking my son. You feel me? And it's like, let her run a movie. You
Why
feel
we
me?
was talking about that? We was
Yeah,
talking about
because
that.
it's like, why do it matter what I'm doing on my own
As
time?
like, it took me time to like grow and
Okay, yes,
understand
talk
that.
about
Like,
it, please.
with
That's
my
amazing that he admitting that though. Can we just clap it up for that? Because don't nobody admit that. Like
Yes.
that's
with my
you
son,
that's
mom, like
growth.
we would split up. And I'm dating, I'm running my movie, and I didn't know she was doing anything. I went to her phone one day, she came to get my son while she fell asleep on the couch. Went to her phone, I see she messing with somebody, and I'm like, that shit broke my spirit.
But whole
But it
time
was
you
just
doing
like,
what you
yeah,
doing.
I've been doing me. And then
Sick.
like I just grew up. I'm like, yo,
That's the
I
thing.
can't be
Grew
like
up.
that. You feel me? Like you gotta do
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can't hold you back. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
live
That's
your
thorough.
life.
Yeah.
That's thorough.
Because you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up too, because a lot of times the guy might be like, oh, well, you know, she live with a nigga. She got a whole nigga at the crib. Why I gotta give? Because
that's your son.
That's not his son.
Yeah, that's your
like,
son.
I don't be understanding
I would
that.
hate that. Oh, I never heard of that that's dumb.
It can be real like side eye because it's just like I don't get it. And then sometimes men be feeling like if their child's mom is disrespectful or if they like play games with the son,
no reason
like,
enough
you
for you
can't
not to
get
do what you
him,
got. But
and
I don't
stuff
know.
like
That's touchy. The whole not getting nothing is touchy.
I'm not that girl. Have you
She's
ever
dating
had that?
somebody, and before I would say I ain't gonna hold you at the earlier stages. I'm like, yo, you dating people? Ask them.
Right.
And then that was early stages though.
See,
But then
he
it
had
was
to grow.
like,
Give him grace.
But you see what everybody say? Everybody be like, it's just the beginning. It's the beginning. I guess y'all guys gotta just get broken in. It's the maturity.
I got over that fast though.
Okay.
But like my
As
son
you
mom
should.
date somebody like I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like when she told me she was dating him, the very first thought was, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know what? He's an extremely good dude. You feel me? Like I knew him all my life. You feel me? And they met on like a dating app or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, he's a great dude, yo. Make sure you good to him. And I told him, make sure you good to her. I don't mind him around my son. You feel me? Like
that's a man.
I don't
That's a man. That's real thorough. That's
Yeah.
thorough.
That's thorough.
Give it up to thoroughness.
Thorougher. You give thorougher.
No, for real. No, for real.
No,
Because
that's
it's really
definitely
that's
grown
something
man
that's
type
it
stuff.
is. It's maturity, and that's all I be screaming. It's like people just aren't mature,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the bottom line of it. People can blame this and that. They can blame past stuff and this and act like they don't act like it's you or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just all maturity. It's all growth.
yeah.
And if you can look back at your last year and just you're doing the same thing, you're acting the same way.
You ain't growing.
Yeah, you're not growing, and it's
problem.
you the problem, and it's honestly it's sad. It's sad for you, and it's sad for your child. And this, remember, I said I want to have a serious moment, so I'm gonna just say this real quick before I forget it. But is much as we like to say, to our, our peers or friends and everything, yeah, my baby, he get this from me, all good stuff, he get this from me, oh my gosh, he smile, he got my smile, oh my gosh, he got my nice lashes, he's smart just like me. We have to remember that our kids are watching us, so they seeing our bad habits too. So what we not changing, exactly, so what we not changing, you want to yell in front of your kids, you want to stomp in front of your kids, or whatever, cuss or whatever, they are picking up your bad habits just as much. And you don't want to praise that, because it's nothing positive about that. And we are creating trauma for these kids. Like, I'm not going to say we, because, I'm a little, self-aware one. I'm self-aware with it. But no, even sometimes if I slip up or something or whatever, but we have to remember that. Remember, put yourself in the child's in the shoes, because we was once kids, and that's how trauma, like, really starts. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And we have to always remember that the things we're doing in front of our kids. And it's just like 9 times out of 10, the things you're doing because you've seen and you did. Yep. So you gotta pause and be like, well, I'm doing the same thing to my son.
And I didn't like that. I didn't like seeing that. So I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna break the generational curse. So I'm not gonna pass it in.
So you have to love somebody bigger than you. I feel like that's what everything is about. Loving somebody bigger than you, loving something bigger than you, something bigger than you, having that selfless, unconditional love for someone else.
Right.
It could be another person, and then y'all can create a child, or it can be your child. For most people, they just out here, and it's scary. And it's just like, you have to somehow stop and look, like, my child is watching this, my child is seeing this. Let me fix myself. You have to take accountability. And I just wanted to say that, because that just don't,
accountability.
That don't get said enough. It's just like, everybody want to praise. He get that from me. He get that from me. Yeah, but in the things that you're doing that you refuse to fix or refuse to see, he's going to get that from you too. And you just gotta think of that. But back to our questions. Okay. I just had to throw it out there
with the pheromone,
because that just been heavy on the heart.
Tell the people,
for the kids.
All right, so I got another question. So I know that you're currently in a relationship, but outside of that, how do you feel about sex with your child's mom when you know that y'all ain't going to be together?
Like right now, would you in the back door a little bit long
on a drunk night?
Now I cannot, because she dates somebody that I'm cool with.
Yeah,
and it's a respect factor.
Is that the reason?
Yes. Well, it's not. That's not the reason. That's not the reason.
No. Because I said outside of his relationship. So
she said outside my relationship. You messy. She messy.
I said, whoa.
But before my situation and her situation, it was like she was dating people, and I kind of felt nutty at a point, because she had met a couple really good guys, and I would come in and start staying at her house, having sex, and now she just cut them off.
And I knew and you don't even want to be with her.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
where she meet him at?
And I'm like,
yes,
where she meet him at?
And I'm like, that's not really fair to her.
No, it's not.
But it was convenient for me. You feel me? Sometimes we get selfish. So it was just like,
I'm glad that you could admit that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stopped doing that.
I'm
glad you just said you would never do it again.
It's funny because...
Would you?
Nah, we cool. She really my homie. Like,
right,
we
you're at a different
we can talk on the phone, regular conversations.
That's how it should be. That's how it has to be.
And it just be cool shit. Like, we don't have no beef in the world.
Right.
And it's crazy because the little beef we had, my homie that she talked to, he was like, yo, stop making it difficult for him. You feel me? Like, for
you
one,
gotta have the right people around you. If you don't have the right people around you to check you or say something, you know, like, you know,
for one, his energy, he would be like, yo, for one, you putting, why are you arguing with him if you got me? You feel me? What are y'all arguing for? If he can't get his son, if he can't do this, if he can't do this, if he don't got the money, ask me. You feel me?
Right.
And I'm like, damn. Like, as far as at one point, I wanted him full custody. You feel me? Like, and she wasn't trying to do it. And he was like, yo, if he want his kid full custody, give him his kid full. And she was like, all right, we can do full custody. And then,
was it a reason behind that, or you just
why she wanted? Because she had him. Why I wanted full custody?
I'm just trying to.
My son is 3, but he's autistic.
Okay.
So with him being autistic, I just feel like he needed a little more structure than she could offer.
Okay.
So I wanted him with me full time.
So it was a legit reason, wasn't no?
Yeah, it was a legit reason.
Okay, I understand.
I wasn't being petty or nothing.
Y'all guys, y'all just got the best discipline.
I do think so, but Not all, but for me, yeah. I was raised by my dad. I just single
Carried a
dad.
little
You know what I'm saying?
different.
I just move a little different. So I just felt like I can give him a different type of structure than she could. And I think she would agree to it too. I don't think it's just me thinking that.
Right.
But at the same time, that's her baby. She
Absolutely.
really had a majority of the time. So it was like hard for her to let go. And she was like, cool. But thanks to my lady, she found a daycare. And I went there. I thought it was nice. I enrolled him. I told his mom. And she like, all right. The day of, she like, you were serious? I thought you were just playing. But we got him in daycare, and we decided to do week to week. So I have him full 7 days. Then she had me full 7 days.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
that is
Every day when he get out of
nice.
school, she FaceTimes, wants to talk to him. And I do the same thing. If I want to FaceTime when he get out of school, I FaceTime her.
That's
And
how
I
it should
talk.
be.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how it should be. That's so dope.
So it's super smooth.
That's raising a kid together, because sometimes you have kids, parents that have co-parenting situations, and maybe it's not like a bitter situation, but they still be like raising a kid different. Like what goes on in your household is different from what goes on in her household.
Exactly.
Like she can't call you and be like, no, he can't do this and he can't do that.
Yeah.
Like when he go to your house, it's like,
But I feel like
oh,
y'all need
Dad,
to be
can
on
I
the
do
same
that?
page. It
We
shouldn't
agreed-
be like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
it gotta
agreed
be
to that.
like,
We
listen,
said-
this is what we doing at both our houses, okay? Because don't
Absolutely,
tell me, I'm
absolutely.
big on it. And I can say one thing we do agree on is
But-
what we doing is what we doing. Don't tell me what you doing over there is that. No.
You gotta,
On the
you gotta
same
move
page.
how you want to move. It's your house.
against each other.
Absolutely.
You
That's
don't
why.
have
Your
your
kids
kids
play against
should
each other.
understand. When I'm at their house, this is how it goes. When I'm at mom house, this is how it goes. It's not always gonna be the same, and you can't argue for it to be the same.
I don't believe. Not I'm saying I believe in it like it's a religion, but I don't. Only thing I would say about that is your kid will your child needs structure and will play on you. They say I can do this over here. No, it has to be the same thing.
I
It depends
agree.
what
You
it is.
can't make it
depends.
though.
It depends.
You will
what
stress
it is.
yourself trying to make it like
No,
that.
it's not make it. It comes to parents and like y'all good. Like the way y'all communicate, I'm pretty sure y'all can agree. Like us, I feel like it's everybody's situation different. From our situation, we just like when we over both houses, he got this diet. Yeah, he got this diet. He not coming over there and then being and then like when it's certain stuff like the iPad. I can't control that. He want to give him the iPad because he like, and we talk about that. I'm just like, I don't give it to him. I let him play. I let him explore and all that. He have his thing with the iPad. He just like, I want to play. I want to play the game.
Yeah.
I want to be on my last time, do some work or whatever he doing. So he give it to him to chill out. My mom also say the same thing, but stuff like that. But it's like certain stuff, like big stuff, like dieting or like I feel like wash my baby up every night. We wash him up every night. Not like he over there. I was be funky for a little bit. No, like certain things. I feel like you have to.
You
do the same.
can. The thing is, you can say that, but you don't really know what's going on.
Oh
yet.
no, I call my baby.
So you can't.
I call my baby. He I'm on FaceTime my baby. He in the tub. He gotta get in the tub. It's just big things. It's not like I'm like it's like every single thing. It's just like major things. Like he has to like I want my baby. He has to eat fruit. He has to eat water. But I feel like me and his dad, we both are the same when it comes to like nutrition and like health.
That's because y'all the same like that. Like me and
Yeah.
my son, my
Yeah.
son was overweight.
Mhm.
My son
Yeah.
3 years old and he like 100 pounds.
What?
But now,
I think
since
he
he
did
started
too,
school,
though. I
he's
can't
lost
talk.
weight.
Because he more active. with
Yeah,
the
he's
other
more
one.
active and stuff.
See, that's good.
But
my baby big.
The school cuts his juice, like they fill it up with water and then put
Mhm.
some juice in it. I cut his juice, but when he go home, she don't do that. You
See,
feel me?
that
And
we
I'll
gotta
be
on
like,
the same
I don't even
thing
argue with her
that.
about it.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
like,
not
all
an
right,
argument.
you at
It's
her
just
house,
it's just
do
an
your
agreement.
thing.
I feel like that's just like a simple talk. Like
She says she's gonna do it, but she
just
doesn't.
taking the
always
time yet.
I just
Yeah.
know,
Taking the
I
time
know
yet.
she doesn't because when he's at my house for the full
He
week,
don't like
he's
it.
used to the juice, and but the first day,
It's
Mm.
like,
throw it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So
Mhm.
I just know you pick up on things.
Yeah, certain stuff you're not gonna be there physically
Yeah.
to be like making sure
Right.
they doing whatever.
Mhm.
So the
Some
closest
stuff don't
you
matter.
can
It's
get,
not worth the pick.
right. The closest you can get is a nice,
Yeah.
clean communication of like just certain stuff where like if he getting in trouble at school and he's on punishment,
Yeah,
know
stuff
that
like
if he go
that.
to his dad's house, he's still on punishment. He
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
get to go
that's
play
like
the
that's what I'm
game
saying.
or like
Major
do stuff
things
like
like
that.
that. Yeah. The major things like that.
yeah,
Because
so-
I know I can't control. Because I be like when he over there, I know he begins tore up, and I know I can't control
he
that.
pops them. So
He
yeah,
pops,
let's talk
plucks
about
some.
it.
He plucks some.
Yeah.
He plucks some. Dad's thing plucking is the thing. And he like, we got to it this morning. I told you we got to it this morning because he plucked them because he wanted to go with him. I'm like, why would you don't pluck him because of that? Well, I can pluck him. I can pluck him. That's why I don't listen to you. Listen to me. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna
I
let
feel
you
like
hear that.
kids should maintain a certain level of respect / fear of their parents.
Fear?
Huh?
I respect.
Fair? Yeah, why
Both.
can't they just respect you enough to not want to be
At one
disobedient?
though, my baby won.
Uh,
My baby won.
And then think about yourself.
because
Like,
at one, they don't really understand what respect is, but they know if I touch this wine glass, I'm gonna get popped. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get plucked.
See, that's a dad. That's
It's
a dad. That's
thing.
a dad thing.
That's
a
why I
dad
think
thing.
kids be needing 2-parent households. But at the
I
same
say
thing,
all the time, you need yin and yang.
yeah, you need it.
Both.
Like I feel like,
and y'all have both because y'all both were dating somebody else. Y'all just all doing the same, so that's kind of good. It's different when you it's balance.
And my lady, she's like super soft with her daughter. And we was debating about that yesterday. I'm like, yo, you too soft. She not gonna respect. And she's like, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
And I'm like, why do I have to be so hard? I have my
you don't
whole
gotta
life.
Be Incredible Hulk, but you gotta. You like stop.
And they just
I said stop, and she's still going. You feel me? My son is like, yo. My son is like, yo. He like, but he ain't gonna do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say that. Like, it's the scariest thing. I didn't like seeing it though.
But you know what? I think that's just like innately in them because my child's father don't really pop him, but when he like be like, yo, don't do. He kind of like get it together. I can be like, Kobe.
Yes,
and he just sit there and act like he don't hear me.
But that's her daughter. Like, she'll be over there. I'll be like, yo. I'll be like, what your mom say? And she'll freeze and be like,
stop. Yeah. It's just like your bass, your voice, like your demeanor, your energy. I know.
Me too. Like, Eli don't listen to me, but
I can't see myself like hitting Kobe because he's not listening. Like he don't even functioning properly.
Even when I pop Eli, like I'm like Eli,
he'll still do it.
Before I'm like Eli, get down here now. Today, before I'm leaving, get down here now. Now, if I come up here, I'm closing the door, acting like I'm closing the door. I'm doing all this extra stuff. I'm leaving you. This and that. This boy said, he don't really talk like that now. He say little stuff. He's like, I hear the iPad going. I said. You know what? So I went up there and I popped them, and then he still won't do it. So it's like, why am I going to keep popping you? Why am I keep popping you? You're not even if I.
How was your pop? How was your pop?
No, it was a good pop.
How was the pop?
Let me see. I gripped him up. I gripped him up on the floor though, and I said, get over here.
Yeah, I won't respect that neither.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
what you doing? Why are you touching me?
Listen,
he was
crying though, but he still sat there and was like, blah, blah, blah. I said, you don't even know how to talk. Like, you talking back to me already? I said, I don't like it. I don't like that because then when his dad come around, he be like, he don't cry. He be like,
like he can't cry.
Silent cry. I'm like this here at my house. I said, oh, you lost your voice just now though. But still, I just don't like I just feel like it's when you pop him. You don't have to pop him because he wants to stay with his dad. That was like really crazy to me.
Yeah.
He just wants to stay with his dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a reason to pop him. But I think that just was like come to frustration because I don't know. But anyway, girl, what's the next question?
You have a question?
Did we run through all the first ones? Oh, we was talking about roles, but I feel like we kind of touched on that now. As far as like roles, how do you feel about parents and roles? Like, you know, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or do you think it's like a just a jump in?
As far as gender,
who can do it? Yeah, like
is this mom's job? Like, because she's mom, or is this dad's job just because he's dad?
I wasn't going to do it, but I gotta ask this one question because it's bothering me.
Do it.
So. Yeah, baby.
Wait, let them answer the gender roles first.
All right, go ahead first because that all right.
Gender roles,
as far as parenting,
right? As a parent,
I think that's subjective to your household, so I can't really give you a straight answer with that.
Okay, so now give him the example. Now hit him off.
Okay, let me get you. So listen, so you got Dash. Let's just say. But it's different because he got his girl. You got Dash and the girlfriend that's not around. You got Dash and Dash is hachoo, a little snotty nose. He's sick. What are you doing? Are you saying that that's a role thing? Like, you know,
like now he
got her. Are you handling that?
I do all that. When I got my son, I do all that shit.
And that's a normal thing, right?
Yeah.
It's no such thing as roles. I feel like when it comes to parenting.
If I don't know, I will call his mom and say,
that's fine.
What should I do? Like, what did he do last week? I think he did something last week. Oh, he was something was wrong with his stomach, and she like,
Oh,
try this, try this, try this,
Yeah.
and we like brainstorming together on the phone, like trying to figure out what's
you
the
have
problem.
to figure it out because what if
Yeah.
it's a time when she's not present, she's not
Yeah,
around, you have to do it
exactly.
yourself, or are they getting older?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like parenting, I feel like the roles, it's not really a role thing. I feel like if
it's
y'all,
not a role thing.
it's not. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like the roles should stop at relationships, and even in
Yeah,
it's
the
like
role should stop in
I
relationships.
feel like when it
Yeah.
comes to parenting, it's just like
You're a parent, you're a parent.
You're a
especially
parent.
single parenting. If I got them, you got them. You have to do this. You have to do that. There's no
All
like
the things that you do,
doing
I
this
have
or
to
you
do.
doing
All
this.
the things that I have to do, you have to do because you're his parent. Or
Exactly.
you're a
Exactly.
parent.
Especially you definitely not talking about roles if you're not really doing what you're supposed to do
In the role
That-
setting anyway.
of yours. But I feel like when parenting, I feel like it's no rules. I feel like no rules. I feel like you're a parent at the end of the day. That's your baby just as much as is mine. So I feel like whatever I have to endeavor. You can. There's nothing wrong with calling and talk about. I feel like clear cut
Right.
communication is always across the board, no matter what it's about. No matter if it's about, we want to take him to Carl's for his first haircut.
Right.
we want to wear Nikes or
whatever it
Jordans.
is.
He want to take him to this house. Whatever it should be a communication thing. But it should never be left up to one parent to do it because
Exactly.
that's not how one parent didn't make that person. So it's hard to like put any one role on any one parent. And a lot of people just think like, this parent should, this is like a dad, like the whole discipline thing. I feel like that can go yin and yang. I feel like if you got it in you, got it in you. But because there's plenty of moms that's out here which whooping it, and they scared.
I mean,
but
long as you're not abusing them, it's like
Yeah.
nothing
I
really
let 'em
wrong.
whoop
I
ass
just feel
black
like it's
mom.
crazy to be. What you say?
I let him whoop ass black mom.
I
When that
hate
kid
them.
just
I
I
hate
just
them.
know, like my mom wasn't really there in my life like that. My
Mhm.
dad did everything, but when I was with my mom, I ain't play with my mom. You feel me?
Wow.
She used to be like, "What the fuck I said?"
Oh,
I used to be like,
I
I
hate them moms.
I can't play. I love them moms.
In
Wow.
Walmart,
I didn't play with
and
neither
they
one of my
picking up a
parents.
toy. Put this shit the fuck.
Put that shit the fuck.
You be
You
like,
know
yo,
not to play with your
calm
mom.
down.
It's a, like
Wow.
it's a little bit more respect factors than that sensitivity shit. Because
I don't
especially
think
as a
so.
single mom, because the kid gotta respect you.
I've known
That's a
people that
privilege. I
have
didn't get yelled at. I got
moms
punched
that
in my
was
stomach.
like
Straight to the floor.
OD, and then when they grow up, they be like, "Fuck that bitch!" Like she always was drawn, or like she just did the most.
It's a violence.
Yeah, and it's like
Because
yo,
you
I
can-
don't
yeah.
have a respect for you because
It's a violence.
we try and get more wine. You need to put your cup up. Get his cup. We ain't showing y'all the wine, but we getting a little sip. I just feel like some people, like when they have those moms that's like OD strict and like OD trying to prove a point, it can go either way. Like it can be like,
Trauma,
yeah,
it
I
can
don't
cause
play with your
trauma.
mom, my
It can
mom.
cause
The thing with trauma
trauma.
is because a lot of them don't do it out of love. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
When you
right.
discipline your
Out
child,
of
you got to do it out of
survival.
You
love.
right. You right.
If
Yes.
you do it out of love
right.
and you talk to them and they know why they're
Yeah.
Right.
a lot of
that
them
is
do
right.
it just
That is
because
absolutely
it's some
right.
fucking
Because they
shit.
don't got no
It is
patience,
right.
or they dealing with
Yeah.
something else that has nothing to do
But
with the
Exactly.
why
child.
they don't have patience? Half of the time it's because they don't have no patience because they just got everything. They doing everything. The dad ain't
Yeah,
nowhere around
that
and stuff
definitely
like
could
that.
be the-
Not to
the
say that's an
cause.
excuse, but it's just saying that goes with them. Like your child is watching, your child is soaking up your energy and all that. It always everything starts at parenthood. 9 times out of 10, something wrong with you. Always start at your childhood. What was going on? And that's why
Right.
I said in a serious tip that we really have to watch. What we say and what we do around
And how
these
we handle
kids. Is,
things. But I feel like as a mother, at some point, it's like you got to come to terms with whatever the situation is, and you got to treat your child accordingly.
Yeah.
Because being like real short with your kid, just out of whatever you going through, is like, you're creating some type of trauma.
Yeah,
in them,
for sure,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
For sure,
Yeah.
for
And then
sure.
that's
So-
why I go when I say the whole like, don't stress me out or don't give me this. And if I have your child primary, you should be making everything easier. That's why I said that's real thorough. Like
Absolutely.
she needs something, she got them most of the time or whatever. Even if she did have most of the time, you'll never know what they're going through. Having a baby takes a lot out of you. It's really like I don't think people
No,
really
I
understand. Like,
realized
we got a
that
human
because
inside of us.
I remember like,
Everything is
so
shifted.
for one, my son mom will
Boots
tell
to
you
the
during
ground.
her pregnancy, I probably made that the easiest pregnancy in the
See,
world.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Was y'all still together?
During her pregnancy, we was together.
Okay.
We actually, this is a funny thing. I met her July 1st, 2020, and she was pregnant by like August something 2020.
That's how
Wow.
it
So we like
Listen,
met
me and
fast.
my
she
But
Child
so
size
her
is
whole
the same, so
pregnancy
I ain't
was like
saying
us
Not a month.
getting
No
to know
judging.
each other.
That
But
was sad.
I took
Jeez.
like
Blah, blah,
I made that
chocolate.
easy. 3 a.m. Wawa trips, like anything she
Aw,
needed,
that's
she
decent.
was catered to. You feel me?
Right.
A lot of the problems came with postpartum.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
She
That's
had
a
it
thing.
bad. She had it bad,
That's
and
the thing. We doing a postpartum way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
she had
gonna
it
be.
bad, and
That's
that
a
was
lot.
like very hard to deal with.
Absolutely.
And
On
it was
you
just
and
like
her, I'm sure.
for both
And
of
that's
us.
what people
And
don't
for the
understand.
relationship.
That's what people don't understand. I feel like a lot of stuff, because everybody be like, well, how do y'all split so bad? But a lot of stuff change.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you have a baby and it's all. Sometimes it is like glitz and glam because mine start off like that. But once something change, it's not just it's changing for us in a relationship. It's changing us as a whole, and it just depends on how you deal with that.
And it be hard to get
and what
back.
you do.
It be hard to
like,
get back.
It is hard to get back because so much stuff can happen about it.
I'm not a handyman, right?
What does that mean?
I'm not a handyman.
Oh, with your hand. Okay.
I don't
I know
build
it's better.
shit.
I know it's metaphorically.
And I remember.
Do you know how to change a tire?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
All right, well,
One of my proudest moments, I built my son's crib.
Oh.
He never slept in his crib. The doctor told him to sleep in the crib. His mom wasn't playing. From the time he was born, from the time he was born to the time we split up, I slept on the couch.
Oh, no.
Like, we never slept in the bed together no more after he was born.
So
But why though?
Nothing was pouring
I was
kind of
scared of like rolling on them and shit like that.
Oh, because he slept in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
at the same
that's
time,
good.
like,
That's good.
I would snore.
Yeah.
And like just certain shit.
So basically,
no
energy
it wasn't the same anymore.
It wasn't being poured into the relationship because then y'all got the baby and there's all this stuff going on.
That's another thing. People stop pouring into
the relationship.
Get a babysitter, and y'all still have to
Date
go
night.
out.
And it took
things.
almost like 2 years for her to feel comfortable with letting somebody babysit. Like,
but it's really like
normal.
that though.
That's normal.
It's really like that. And it really take like 2 years to you really start like feeling like yourself again. Like
it really
like you be feeling like you don't be looking in the mirror like who the fuck is
that?
It
took
that's
me
not
to
me.
Be done breastfeeding because the hormones, and that's another thing. Do people talk about that enough? Like about the hormones?
No, because
it's
hormones still breastfeeding.
While you pregnant, those hormones are just as crazy. Well, for me, everybody's different, but those hormones when I was breastfeeding was just as crazy as when I was pregnant. I was going out my mind, and I didn't feel like myself until I stopped breastfeeding. And when I stopped breastfeeding, I was working out. I was just able to just have my life back. And people don't understand how important that is. So imagine like people like continuously breastfeeding or like going through postpartum. I mean, you won't even have to be breastfeeding. Just those hormones really tear you up inside. And it's like
it's a lot.
If I could go back, I would have been a little more patient.
Yeah,
you feel me? Because that was hard for her.
Yeah,
and I would sit back and watch.
It was hard for y'all though.
And after it was hard for us,
right?
But it was for sure hard for her because she was like, she was hands on, like she didn't play. You feel me? Like she had flaws that I thought was flaws, but she also was a great mom. I can't take nothing from her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sitting back, it was like sometimes, especially when I first started getting him on my own, I'm like, yo, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't no fucking joke. Right. You feel me? Because I was the dad.
I'm glad you could admit that.
Yo,
I was the
calling me at work.
She didn't have to work. I was like
the sole provider.
Yeah, I was the sole provider. So I'm out here getting money. So when I come home, I don't want to be bothered. It would be like take the baby, and it's like, yo,
she need a little break.
I don't got shit to do. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But later on, I started giving her breaks. But early on, it was just like, yo,
you felt like I was providing.
I'm getting this money.
Right.
Handle your business.
You do the baby thing.
Because that's a lot.
But then you really understand that taking care of baby is a full-time job.
Yeah.
When I first started getting him on my weekends, I used to be like, yo, come get him. I work hard a day early. Like, I know I'm supposed to have him till Sunday, but can you get him today? Like, that shit was no fucking good.
I'm laughing because if that ain't his thing,
Listen, I understand. I'm so happy that you man enough to admit
that is amazing. But it's like you gotta be doing. What she say? You see, I almost call her mom like I'm feeding kids in Uganda. I got kids in Uganda. What? Have you got? Did you see the little skit? It's crazy Black China mom. What she say? She would have been like, I'm feeding kids in Uganda. I got kids. But it's just like if you ain't doing something that's so extravagant and your work ain't all this and you're not bringing it, and if you ain't bringing enough money to have a nanny to help me,
you gotta change the pamper.
Help me. You gotta change the pamper or something. And honestly, the littlest things help for me. It was just let me get in the shower. Like let me get in the shower. And I loved it. Like just let me, because I was all
for half an hour. I just want to stand there. there.
Yo, that's it.
it.
Just let me get in the shower. I can say I feel like you don't get everything, but I feel like I did. I did get the best of the best when I came home. From the time I went into labor to when I came home until I went to work. When I went to work, everything was just like, what the hell is this? This is ghetto. But before that, we was both popping up. Like, we both was, like, doing just as much. And it was, you don't gotta really do it, I do it. But it was like a boom, boom. But I feel like situations, it could be postpartum. It could be a million number of things. But situations happen and we're not really, like, trained. It's parenthood. Anything can happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We're not really trained.
You don't have the fine print.
You don't have the fine print. Like, you don't really have these.
It happens as it comes. You got to deal with it as it comes up.
Yeah.
And then you're dealing with it with someone else who has like may have a total different outlook on the world than you do.
Exactly.
So y'all got to come together respectfully and learn how to like cater to this child in the right way, like to benefit the child.
It's so crazy because when we was dealing with each other, I remember like I would tell her like how my dad parented.
Right.
And she would be like, yo, that's harsh. And she was like a spoiled brat from her parents. And I would be like, yo, look how horrible that made you. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't horrible. But she do got like a privileged mindset a little bit. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, we talked the other day and she was like, yo, I get it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did feel a little bit more privileged, but that's from her being spoiled. You feel me?
Everything comes from your childhood.
My dad,
he,
as a kid, what you gonna do when you 16? What you gonna do when you 21?
Preparing you.
Like, nobody gonna give a fuck about you. Like,
preparing you for the real
my dad didn't play.
Yeah.
My dad didn't
That's why
play.
you need that softness. You need your mind.
That balance.
And you need your dad. And y'all need y'all to be
in a wholesome individual.
And I feel like you can get that if y'all have patience and get through the patches that come with y'all change. Y'all having a baby. You're having a baby. Y'all both, the woman is having a baby, but y'all both having a huge life change.
Put the emotions to the side. Like, put the pride and the ego to the side.
Happening, and you have to do that. Not even for you.
But you gotta also understand, a lot of guys are raised solely by single mothers. And I'm not saying nothing bad about single moms. But you're a woman.
Some is raised
you're
by
a woman
wolves.
Raising these boys. You know what I'm saying? And they're picking up on your habits
and your traits,
and your traits and your habits as a woman.
Shit.
Yeah. So
from your mother.
What you think they gonna do when they arguing with their girl? Instead of like a lot of time, I remember one time me and my dad was having a conversation, and I was telling him about me and my son's mom, and he was like, "Bro, what are you arguing with her for? You're a man. You know what I'm saying? You don't go back and forth with a woman.
That's
why you need your dad
and he
to show
checked
you how to be
a
man.
And I'm like, dang, you right. You feel me? And since then, I ain't really moved like that. Me and her communicate on a certain level, but we don't argue. It's not going to be no argument.
Right.
Yeah, we don't argue.
Right. We can disagree.
Yeah.
We can disagree,
not argue
but we don't argue at all.
Absolutely.
I used to be mad about that. I used to be like, man, we don't even argue because arguing, it gets something. I'll get some communication. But now I be seeing like, you know what? That's a good thing because if we argue, the world will blow up.
It's toxic.
It'll get real bad.
I
never even seen it on something like
it's too much that come with it. Too much emotion.
Sometimes that is good not saying nothing because that's how we is. We don't argue about nothing. The most we did was today, and it's just like pass the bottle or and that's
arguing, you bringing up emotions that don't even have nothing to do with the topic at hand. You bringing up old shit now, like
y'all still mess with y'all kids, people?
No,
not at all.
Well, you know,
things happen.
You know, we're not all the way together. We're not all the way apart. We're figuring it out.
But
we're figuring it out.
It's all in the fine print.
A lot of that it would be.
But I'm not dating. Let me say that. I'm not bringing nobody else in the equation, and I'm still
and
like, not,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'm not.
The last time me and my son mom dealt was around his birthday, April 10th. That was before. That was like the last time. And when we did, like, every time we dealt, it would bring, like, we family again. And it's like, yo, I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And so it got to a point where I'm like, yo, this shit gotta stop.
Oh, wow.
And then before I found out she was dealing with my man, she, what happened? When I used to come over, she would like tug on my pants, like basically give me signs that she wanted.
Like, what's up?
And she stopped doing that. You feel me?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
what's going on? What's new here?
I didn't really care because I was dealing with my lady
you just
now.
noticed
But
it.
I just noticed it. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of still dealing with that. Y'all gotta come up with either we working it out or we going our separate ways,
Absolutely,
because
100%.
that's a lot of confusion,
and
it's gonna keep a lot of bullshit into that.
A
We
lot.
don't have no confusion, no bullshit. We ain't been.
Our confusion
nothing.
ain't really
our
about
stuff is
us.
really-
It's just
Yeah.
about like sometimes I feel like he kind of like rear off and don't show up the way I need him to show up as
That's
a
all.
father.
That's how it
But
be.
the
We
thing
never
is-
had no problems until
The thing is, as a father,
we had parent problems.
the crazy part
Well, I didn't say
is
we had no problems, but
when me and her would have sex, I wouldn't have to show up as a father as much.
Yo,
'Cause that's the
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, that is crazy, because it's like I would come. I'll be like, yo, all you do is complain about this, and this.
Right.
I come over, I tap that.
And
now
now
you're
she
not
ain't
complaining no more. You chilling.
So
you
maybe
just happy I'm
So
here.
you thinking that's what it was?
I'm
Yes,
hollering.
That's because she wanted her family back.
No, I'm
I
not
feel like we all
having
want our
sex with
families
him.
at you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
not having sex with him, but
Yeah.
like I would allow him to come to the crib and like chill with his son and like we go out and do things as a family. But like even with that, he still be like, hey. But I'll be like,
You don't
yeah,
fall for it?
no. Because I just want more from you as a dad. If we can, and it
Look
was
at my
so much
face.
like nut shit. I promise you I ain't fucking that nigga. If I was,
Damn.
I would say it's no, like I'm not no liar. Because I know that that's going to cause confusion. We already confused. So that's just going to make it even harder. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like
already
that.
knowing your maturity and knowing what you want and knowing what you want and knowing your value and knowing what you want for your son and your family. So that's like boundaries and standards. That's all that stuff just get old.
He want the family though, but it's just a lot of stuff that I don't know that I can get past. So it's really up to me to just be like, either you gonna forget a nigga or you ain't. That type time.
At some point, you gotta accept the person for who they is.
That too.
You feel me?
That too.
Y'all should communicate. You feel me?
He needs therapy.
Really figure it out.
Don't they all?
No, I'm dead serious.
Don't they
He needs
all?
therapy. If he would get into therapy, I would be a little more open. Because
Why
even
y'all
if
do
we
therapy
move
together?
forward, I'm open to that
You
too.
open to that?
Yeah, I'm open
Be
to
like,
that
yo, let's
too.
do therapy together. Let's figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Figure it
It's
out,
better
Ted.
than figure that shit
Figure
out.
it out, Ted.
I don't have no
Y'all still
problem
on
with
the
that because
edge?
I
How old
want
is
a
your baby?
family. He's only one.
Oh,
He'll be
yeah,
2
I
in
got time.
October.
I
Everybody
got
always
time.
say that.
I
Oh, they
got
won.
time.
Oh, he still got time. Like,
I'm not
who
against
had
it
no
because, of
time?
course, I want my family. It's just a lot of nut shit that has been done that I felt like I don't know that I can get over. But I'm open to therapy to learn how to like let shit go.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I can trust you that you're not going to do it again. That's my only thing.
The thing is,
That's a self thing. You got to be able to let go and forgive.
I
That's a
feel like you
forgiveness thing.
never,
No,
you
anyway.
never forget, but you can forgive and you
have
can
to
move
forgive
forward.
for yourself. You
Yeah,
have to forgive.
You gotta
just
move
gotta
forward.
let it go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just the fear of like, is you got to play
Yes.
with me again?
Yep.
If I'm like,
Yep.
because I don't want to waste all my time.
Yep.
How
or
much
try
is your
to-
respect for yourself, though? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, how much is your respect? Like, you know, like, don't look for it. Let it fall in your lap and go.
Absolutely. Right.
You feel me?
If it do,
If it
then
do,
it's time to go.
don't look for it. Let it fall in your lap and go.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's the respect for yourself.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
I agree.
But
I like that.
you have to go forward. You can't play them games. Y'all can't play them little on and off games. If you want his family to try that shit, you feel me? And I'm not telling you to put yourself in no nut situation, but try that shit. See what works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you gotta not be
sound like
selfish.
my aunt. My
not be
aunt
selfish
like-
first.
Be like, stick it out for your family.
It's not always worth sticking it out for your family.
Absolutely.
It's not
If it's
always worth it.
toxic, it is
But-
not growing anywhere.
But your son only one. You feel me?
Yeah.
How long was y'all together before your kid?
A year and a half.
A year and a half? Your son only one. See where it goes. If he want his family, see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
What about me?
Huh?
What
You
about
don't
what
want your
I
family?
want? I do want my family.
Okay then, see
Yeah,
where it
Ted.
goes.
Okay.
Work on that shit.
I like that. I like that.
I like
We
it.
have to wrap this up, guys. This was an amazing
This
conversation.
really was.
Let the people know where they can find you at.
Fat Carl
What's the
_SP
handles?
on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. I cut hair. You know, click the link.
You being humble. You really funny, and he really funny on the stories,
I'm just saying, I
and
don't
very
know.
entertaining on the late night.
Thank you. I just be myself. I just have fun.
Have a good
I'm
time.
open to. I like humans.
Okay.
I like just human behavior and the minds and how it works.
It's a little
I'm big on-
psychology.
Yeah,
That's
I'm big on
good.
psychology. I
Okay.
went to college for psychology. I dropped out, but that's what I went to college for.
You should go back. You should go back. You should do
Finish
it.
That shit
up.
over.
Do
I'm
it.
a
You
buck.
like to be a
it's never too
therapist
late.
to the
It's never too
men.
late.
I'm
You
a
need to be a
therapist for my
therapist to the
clients.
men.
Male for your
therapist for my
clients.
clients.
I
Oh
can
my
dig it. I can dig it
gosh.
because haircut, and you can't get a little therapy.
Yeah,
out of it.
because
Like when you go get your hair done,
It
you
is,
the
it is.
stylist know everything.
Exactly.
Everything.
I
All the
get it.
business. Everybody's.
I get it.
But
So,
yeah,
yes,
so how
y'all.
was your visit? You know, we didn't meet the fine print. You see what we coming with.
No,
but
I
we
love it
didn't find
here.
her,
This
right?
was a great conversation.
It really
Hopefully
I
we
love
was.
come
everything
back.
about it.
Different
This
than
is
a boom boom shake shake. It's like we
Yeah,
need
this
more
is
about
all that.
parenting because at the end of the day, like, what about the babies? Like, we know you're at the
Yes.
club, we know y'all drinking, but what about them babies? What about
Yeah.
that?
We know y'all popping puss.
Yeah,
It's
on a
over.
handstand. Remember the
dick.
handstand?
We are oversaturated and as far as relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as we are oversaturated.
About who's
in most-
doing 50-50.
We
I'm so tired of
it's
it.
too much.
oversaturated.
And at the end of the day, where
This
the
is
babies
beautiful.
at? What y'all doing when y'all
Thank
worrying
you.
about all the relationship?
We
Where's that
really
baby?
appreciate
Where's the baby at?
Where's
Yeah.
the baby? And who's raising them?
I love everything y'all got going on, though. This is
We
beautiful.
appreciate you, and maybe sometime you can come back and you can check
Absolutely.
in on a
Anytime.
regular
Y'all
something.
got
You
my
know,
number?
yes.
Hit me
Zed
up.
check
I'm
in,
here.
Zed check in.
Yay.
All right, and here's I don't have nothing, but here's
Wait, let's just do blessing in disguise real quick before we wrap it
blessing
up.
in disguise. Okay, blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise, I'll lead off because the blessing in disguise really was this conversation because I really was like up in the air of whether I wanted to leave this nigga or not. And y'all really kind of made me feel like, girl, you said you want your family, so why not stick it out? And then you even as a man saying like, well, you know your self-worth. You don't have to go look for it. If it fall in your lap, then it's no like, okay, this is a second time around. Get up and go because he's clearly not serious about you. So you know what I mean? So that was a blessing in disguise for me, this conversation, because it leads me leaving off a little more level-minded. And I really was feeling like I had to put a shield up around him because I don't want him to get too close and I don't want to get soft with him.
Yeah.
But this make me just feel like, bitch, let that shit go.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Like, just have I feel like have an
Go
open cut, clear communication. This is what it is. This is what you're gonna get. And if it ain't like this and ain't like that, then this is your time. And but as you doing that, you can't do that and still be like, you gotta really like
or
give it a
keep
chance.
bringing up old shit.
And then if he messed that up, then it's just like, okay,
that's not what you wanted. And
that's
I'm
not
okay
what
with
you
it.
wanted.
We're gonna keep it
You're
moving.
not ready, or you just not ready. And then
and I'm
just
not waiting.
do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I feel like I guess men pop their kids. That's it.
Yeah, we got to.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
But it's necessary.
But okay, it's not just him. I guess they just I guess men just they pop their kids and it's okay.
And
but I didn't like how you pop my baby.
And
they do it different way.
It's okay.
So I feel like that was my blessing in disguise. That's all. I mean, I just not. I just don't have time to date. I haven't been dating. But it's nice to hear. It's always nice to hear a dad's perspective.
Yes.
On anything. Cause
Dad,
it's not
a
just
man.
us and
Yes.
and it's enlightenment because
We
we don't
thank you
know,
so much.
like what we might be thinking, we might be tripping, and
it's
nice.
a whole different perspective. We might be thinking
from
it's
a dad
one
that's
thing.
actually active and like
Yeah,
as
that
active,
too,
because
yes.
we don't want to hear from the
deadbeats,
you telling me don't do this and that, and
you ain't even taking care of your kid.
and
Yeah,
it's
no.
just like you out
Not
here
dead.
with this girl starting a new
Yeah, I don't play
relationship,
about my
see you
baby.
later, so we don't pay that. So
we appreciate the dad that shows
Exactly.
up, that's involved.
Exactly, it's
in
a
the
different
perspective. We love and appreciate it.
thing,
We thank
so.
you. Do you have a blessing in disguise?
Your dad
No
is,
pressure.
I mean, your dad,
A
your baby
blessing
so
in
happy to have
disguise?
you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, my blessing in disguise, my lady. Like,
Period.
What?
Oh,
Like,
show up and show
She
up.
like,
How long it's been?
we've been. I met her. We started talking. I'm trying to think.
he almost.
December.
Okay.
December last year.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you know, you know.
Yeah. Oh, my baby turned 20 months ago.
The funny part is I was going so hard at her, like at the beginning, like so hard, and she was like pushing me. I feel like she was pushing me away, and like I got in my feelings. So in order to like not be in my feelings, I kind of like made myself dislike her. So we kind of like started off, like by the time she was ready, I was over it, and then I forced myself to like, yo,
Get back.
she's amazing.
Period.
That's
She
amazing.
freaking. I fired my cleaning lady because of her.
Right.
I'm saying,
But
she
she's
comes
keeping the
through,
crib
cleans up.
clean.
My son, literally, when she left my house the other day, he cried because she was leaving.
Oh, I
Like,
love
it's just
that.
she picks him up. She watches him when I want to do things. Like, she's just a great person.
So
That's
I
amazing.
asked that because I'm not a fan of him, but Kevin Samuels, he said that within 6 months if you're gonna
I agree.
So
Yeah.
can we come
No
to the
pressure.
wedding or?
No pressure.
But can we come to the wedding or not? We don't know yet.
20,
That's heavy. Like,
2026.
no, we not
That's what
doing that
Kevin
to him.
said. The fellas love Kevin.
I kind of agree, but at the same time,
It's still early.
yeah, it's still
It's
early.
still early.
And it's way more than going
It's
to it than
so
just
early.
like the feeling that
But
you
this
have.
is
You
like
want
a
to be
public
like
thing.
set up
I
different
think
type
after
of
we
ways.
move in together,
Right, and see how y'all
Oh my
do
god,
then.
That's the trial
I
error.
hate that. Y'all know what? I never lived with a guy before.
for real,
I
Maybe your son
didn't
dad?
like.
Terrified, huh?
you ain't live with your son,
I'm
dad.
terrified. We used to go house to house to house, but no, I'm terrified. I'm still
I
getting
don't
stuff
think
back
you
from his
should
house.
until you be
I'm
engaged.
terrified.
My little
I
secret,
feel like I need
I
to be
literally
married.
every girl I almost ever dated, I moved them in with them. I moved them in with me.
Why?
I don't know. It's
I'm
just
terrified.
like when I like you, I want you there every day.
You know, I'm
And then
terrified.
I
you a
feel like when
Virgo.
we together every day, like I get to know
like
sooner
that, though.
if
I
I
like
want to
that.
be
Whether
with
you
you
wanna-
or if I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I
You
like
feel
that
me?
though. I want to be there every day, but at the same time,
You still need your home to go back to.
terrified. No, I'm just terrified of a breakup. Like right now, I'm still getting stuff from his house, and I feel like that's even though I try to avoid it, it's still too much like a breakup because it's just like now I'm getting my stuff and shit, and it's just like he just here you go, and in my head I'm just like this shit is crazy. It's what I tried to
Ghetto.
avoid, and I'm still going through it.
Ghetto.
So I'm like I never ever. It's just so hard,
Yeah.
to just be coming to get your shit from somebody else or being like, come and get your stuff.
You
Like,
overthinking
Pick that shit
it.
up
You just
and go
gotta do
ahead.
it. Pick it up and go.
Yes.
Keep it
the fuck
Pick it up
moving.
and keep it pushing.
that's
Show up in
scary
your
to me.
sexiest outfit. And
No,
pick it up.
don't do that.
and-
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Pick it up.
That's being toxic. That's toxic. Just show up and get your stuff and keep it pushing.
That's scary. That's why my
Two can
breakup.
play that game.
Okay. I love that
Yo,
movie.
y'all
That's why I
got
be
shit.
like, Karen, clap, boom, is that's it. We done. And this is the hardest thing too. Oh my gosh.
And
we
drop
running
his
over,
sock
but
off.
This.
You left your sock. Get this sock.
All right,
I
Zay,
don't
that's
want
enough
it.
because I forgot what I was about to say. Come on, that's the word.
All right, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yes.
so another
Thanks for
episode. All right, my
watching.
glass is empty.
My glass
but
is
here's
empty,
to
too.
another
That's
episode. That
fine.
means this was a good episode.
Yes, so we didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, and here's to
Bye.
another episode. Toodaloo. All right.
We start.